Hello friends. So I promised you guys that I would be on more and I haven't been. I'm still kind of like keeping myself locked away in like hermit mode and just evaluating life. And I must say it's been a really good experience, and I'm really liking my own company and having the time to really just evaluate my thoughts and think about life and all that good jazz. And I've been thinking about something for quite some time, and I don't know, something's telling me that I need to share it. I don't know if it's going to be helpful for you, and it might come out as just word diarrhea. I don't know, but it's here and I feel like I need to share it, so I'm going to share it. I don't know where to start really with it, but like, have you ever got that idea in your head or an idea in your head, and in the moment when you're in that high vibration, it's like, fuck yeah, this is brilliant, like I'm gonna do this. And let's just use workout as just a metaphor here. It could be anything. It could be job related, just life in general related, or maybe a gamble or a risk that you need to take or whatever. So you get this idea, and in your mind, in the moment, you're like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do this. This is a great idea. And then a few hours later, when that momentum shifts, your subconscious mind starts like pinging that idea, like, you can't do that. Like, why would you be capable of doing that? Like, that somebody else can do that, but not you. Like, that's meant for somebody else. Like, there's no way that you could do that. And that happens to me all the time. And it got me thinking and researching and, just listening to my thoughts as to why it is that I get this bold idea that in the moment is so great. And then the momentum shifts and it's like brakes, waits. There's no fucking way that you can do this. Not you, Stephanie. Like, maybe somebody else, but ain't no way this is for you. And I realized, in really putting my feet in my family's shoes, my mom, her siblings, my grandparents, her grandparents, like their parents, and down the line, that we are conditioned to be this way. And this is not a poke or whatever at my mom or my aunts or my uncles or my grandmother or her mom and down the line. It's just how it is. It's like an elephant. An elephant is one of the strongest animals in the world, and when it's at full grown and it's most powerful, it has chains on its feet and it just stays there. It just stays there trapped. And it doesn't know, because it's been conditioned that way, that all it needs to do is just move its foot, and not even hard, because it's so powerful and it's going to break free from those chains. But when it was a child, it wasn't powerful enough to do that. So those chains really kept it there, and it's not capable of figuring out or believing that it's strong enough to get out of there. And I feel like it's the same thing for us. Like, if I go down my ancestral line, and everybody's is different, we come from a very lower class family line, and none of those people reach for the stars. None of them could see outside of the box that they were put in. And it's an imaginary box that is not intended to hurt them or hold them back, but in their mind, that's realistic, right? Down my family's line, I feel like they didn't believe that they could do that. They didn't believe that they could do something. They had to live with the mindset that they had to hold tight to all of their money, that they had to work paycheck to paycheck, that they couldn't come up with a big idea or invest in a big idea because not them, why them? They're not capable of doing that. And it's something that we've seen down the line of growing up, for me anyways. this could be the same thing for like what they call generational curses, you know, like maybe your grandmother's grandmother was in an abusive relationship and it kind of trickled down the line. So now that's what we were conditioned to see. We don't really know any better than that. Working like paycheck to paycheck, you know, we don't really know that there's anything out there, and we ain't ever seen anybody else jump out of that box and, you know, free themselves from those chains that are holding them down. And it got me thinking to past experiences of mine. And like I said, everybody's life's different, and I'm sure it's the complete opposite. Well, the same, but different for people who come from like wealthy, positive, reach for the star family lines. They grow up believing that they can do whatever the fuck they want. They can be whatever the hell they want, and the sky's the limit, you know? And for me, that's not the case. You know, we come from a long line of people who felt like they weren't nobody and they weren't capable of being anything else. And it ended up being like a family curse, you know? And if you really take the time to sit down and put yourself in their shoes to how they live, you see a pattern of being placed in that box or that bubble. And just when you think that you could reach out of it, when your conscious mind gives you an idea that's fucking brilliant, that would probably work. You dummy yourself down to like, nah, not me. I can't do that. You know, that's meant for somebody else, but not me. And it's a limited belief that we were given. And again, I'm going to stress that it's no fault of anybody's. But if you can take the time to recognize why it is that you hold yourself back and really dig deep in your heart and your soul and like in your past ancestors and how they were raised and why it is that way, you'll understand why your subconscious mind pings those beautiful ideas that you have to be great in anything, you know, as small as getting healthy and losing weight. You know, you have this idea and this momentum that you can do this. And then a few hours later, when that momentum shifts in your subconscious mind, which holds every memory that you have in it, starts to creep up and pings that idea and picks it at it. Like, I ain't never seen anybody do that. Like, you can't do that. There's no fucking way that you can do that. That won't work. That won't work for you. You weren't made for that. You're not strong enough for that. And it's all those memories that you have lived in that were given to you at no fault of their own. Like, for example, for me, money in general. We lived a very middle-class life where it was paycheck to paycheck, and we didn't really go outside of the box because we may not have rent that month or whatever. So I've learned and been accustomed to hold tight to any bit of cash that I got and not risk a damn thing, because why me? Like, why would things be different for me? And in return, I never take risks and I never take opportunities that can actually bring me a lot of financial abundance. It's the same with jobs. You know, I grew up in a family where the majority of my aunts and uncles and down the line, you know, past them, and my brothers and my siblings in general never graduated school. So I never seen anybody achieve anything great when it came to being somebody, because everybody just gave up. They didn't even finish school. You know, they lived this life of, they weren't capable, they weren't smart enough, they weren't good enough, and in turn they all just dropped out and never lived to their potential because of the chains of history that were put on them. And so for me, I'm like, that job, I would love that job. That's my dream job. And I get that momentum where, fuck yeah, I can do it. That's meant for me. And then I'm like, nope, that's not going to work. I can't do that. Like, that job's not really meant for me. And I hold myself back from taking that leap of faith or trusting that I'm just me. I can do whatever I want. The sky's the limit. I can reach for whatever I want to grab. That box is not there, Stephanie. Like, that box is imaginary. That box has been put there. And you can do whatever it is that you want. If it's something that you desire, the job that you desire, fuck yeah, you can do it. You just got to believe you can do it. And when you get those, like, if you understand why you're conditioned to think that way, with all those memories you live that are in your subconscious mind, if you can learn to recognize that and over time shut them off or change them, because they're not going to go away. Those are memories. Those are things that were put into your head. But if you can learn to shut them off or replace them with a positive thought, eventually it will get easier and you won't feel so held down. And really, the sky is the limit. You're capable of anything just like anybody else. We're all the same people. We may not all come from the same walk of life, but the sky's the limit for everybody. And there really isn't a box there. And we are capable of achieving whatever it is our heart desires. Whatever. And we have to condition our minds to understand why we feel and think that way and change the way that we think. As simply as working out. And when we figure it out and understand why, we can keep our vibrations higher in that spot where it's like, fuck, that's such a great idea. I would love to do that so bad. Like, for me, I have hopes and dreams of what I want to become to help this world. And I don't I haven't because why me? Ain't nobody else done it that I've known. I don't remember that ever in my upbringing or their upbringing. And it's held me back. It's held me back. So like I said, I don't know if that's helpful, but it's another way to look at things and maybe take time to really sit with yourself and realize why you are limiting yourself and why it is you have those limitations that hold you back, and realize that they're not really there. They're not really there. You can do and achieve whatever that is that you want. Maybe it's to get healthier. Maybe it's to make more money. Maybe it's to do a certain job that you would really love to do and you're passionate about, but that inner voice inside of you and your subconscious mind is like stopping you from doing it because of the way you were conditioned. I don't know. Take it for what it is. I have pondered it for a few weeks now, and it's like a light bulb went off in my head. I've been getting like all these downloads from the universe. You may think I'm silly, but I'm super spiritual. And it's like, ping, Stephanie, like, this is exactly why you stop yourself from greatness that you are fully capable of doing. And we all are. It's our limiting beliefs. It's our limiting beliefs. So if you can change that, you fucking change things for your kids, their kids. And all of a sudden your family line gets more brighter and they know that they can, or whatever. So I don't know, ponder, what are your chains and why do you have them? And why do you stop yourself from greatness? I ponder that, think about it. I think that it will be helpful for you. Maybe it won't, I don't know, but it's been amazing for me. And I wanted to share it because I think that it could really change the perspective of a lot of people and how we hold ourselves back without even knowing it. And that you are capable of greatness. You are capable of reaching the stars. You just have to know that you are. And that comes, within the mind and the subconscious mind, and altering what you were conditioned to believe. And again, at no fault to anybody. It's just sometimes how the ball bounces, but you have to fix it and you have to change it because you were meant to be fucking amazing. So go be fucking amazing. Have a good day.